Namaste. Welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yajit, and I'm very glad that you're joining us this Friday night for the next installment of our Many Faces of Ma Kali series. Tonight, we're going to be doing a puja and satsang to Ma Linga Bhairavi, one of the more unusual forms of the Divine Mother, and also one whose worship is fairly modern. She's really, oh dear. Hold on, just maybe got a little technical difficulty here. All right, sorry about that. Had some pop up on the screen here. As I was going to say. So really, she is a face of the Divine Mother that has appeared in these times and really relevant to these times. I think especially with the idea of the empowerment of women at large. I'd like to start out with a couple of announcements. So this coming Tuesday at 7 p.m., I'll be doing 2 guided meditations for the cultivation of compassion. And then next Friday, that's a week from today, will be our monthly Yoga Nidra practice. So both of those will be at 7 p.m., either live on YouTube, and you're always welcome to join us at our temple at 1260 South Xavier Street, Denver, Colorado, 80219. So again, welcome and namaste. And again, just very glad that you're here tonight. And also, welcome to those of you who may be watching the recording afterwards. So typically, when we hear the name Bhairavi, we think of the wise teacher of the cremation ground. So frightening in appearance, but she will share her wisdom with those who are willing to let go of their fears. Linga Bhairavi is yet another form. It is said that she is the most exuberant expression of the divine feminine. So it's extremely rare to illustrate the divine feminine in the form of a lingam. Typically, we tend to think of this as a masculine or phallic symbol. But in this case, it represents feminine divinity in its most active and dynamic forms, rather like the traditional images of Ma Kali standing on a very passive form of Lord Shiva. So the same concept is also illustrated in some goddess yantras that bear upright triangles, which are again typically masculine symbols, rather than turned down ones, which is a traditional yoni symbol. So there are yantras with that upright triangle that show much more, that demonstrate a much more dynamic feminine. So in other words, she represents the universal laws and principles which drive the universe, whilst the masculine deity, like the receptive Shiva, represents energy and matter under the influence of those natural laws. And this is actually a key component to Shakta, that is goddess-centered Hinduism. She is described as being both fierce but also compassionate. So Linga refers to Shiva, or Lord Bhairab, or Lord Bhairava. Primordial male principle, Bhairavi, whose name means terrifying or awe-inspiring, is his consort. The joint name is therefore an acknowledgement that all individuals, regardless of gender, possess a feminine and masculine or dynamic and receptive side together. Linga Bhairavi is therefore the Shakti, that is the feminine form of the Shiva Lingam. So Linga Bhairavi is said to possess 3.5 chakras: the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the abdominal, and half of the heart chakra. This doesn't mean that she's half of a person, but rather she exists as the feminine polarity within all of us. Another, what Jung would have referred to as the animus. So her mantra is therefore a variation of the seed syllables or bij mantras of the first 4 chakras. Lam, Bam, Ram, Yam. Slightly different pronunciation, more of a regionalized one for southern India. Lum, Vum, Rum, Yum. So that's her, that is her main mantra. Linga Bhairavi seems to be, as I said earlier, a modern form of the Divine Mother whose worship, really we don't see her appearing until the early 2000s. And her devotion was popularized by the Hindu spiritual leader Isha Sadguru, who built and consecrated her main temple complex, which is located in the Indian state of Tamil Nadu. So this would be in the Indian South Country. It's part of the Isha Yoga Center, situated in the foothills of the Veliyangiri Mountains, near the town of Coimbatore. Linga Bhairavi is invoked for the removal of obstacles, for overcoming our fears, for healing on all levels, for family matters, for one's spiritual well-being, also for success in one's endeavors. At her main temple at the Isha Center, both men and women are permitted to worship her, but only women are allowed into her inner sanctum to perform her pujas. So typically also in mainstream Hinduism, there's a prohibition on women performing or even participating in pujas during menses, but there's no such restriction in the worship of Linga Bhairavi. In fact, that time of the month is seen as a truly powerful time for a woman. Let's look at her symbolism. When we see her pictured, we can, she is in one of 3 colors, either black, yellow, or like in our photo here, or red. The color yellow denotes turmeric on Devi, representing the creative and nurturing aspects of the universe. Many of her images and yantras are decorated with golden yellow threads. Red is the color of the feminine energy or Shakti. It's also the color of Ma Bhairavi herself. There are less wrathful forms of Bhairavi where she's also shown wearing a red sari. And then black, like Ma Kali, represents the infinity of space. She has 3 eyes, which represents the ability to perceive beyond the 5 senses. The gold nose ring and sari that she's wearing, represented by 3 stripes, is for good fortune and also her exalted status. She is also sometimes shown with a trident, like in this little home shrine to Linga Bhairavi. We can see the trident by the entrance. So the trident, we see this with so many, especially tantric goddesses, representing the powers of creation, preservation, and destruction, or the 3 main energy channels of the body, Ida, Pingla, and Shushumna in the center, or the 3 divine functions of Icha Shakti, the power of will, Jnana Shakti, the power of knowledge, and Kriya Shakti, the power of action. As we can see in this photo on each of the sides, she has 8 arms, which means that she embraces all of creation. Think of the 8 directions on the compass wheel. And 8 also represents the collection of 8 goddesses known as the Ashtamatrika, or the 8 little mothers. And if you look back further on my channel, you'll see a series of pujas and satsangs to those 8 forms of the Divine Mother. So when we look at her yantra, as soon as I get a picture here, we see Linga Bhairavi in her 3 dimensions. In the center of a traditional Bhairavi yantra. I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. We see it decorated again with yellow threads. Here's a 2-dimensional rendition of Bhairavi's yantra. Her worship involves the chanting of the Linga Bhairavi Stuti. These are her 33 names and reflections on her various functions. And when we do our indoor fire puja, I'll be reciting and both translating that hymn for you. The use of ghee or an oil lamp, her arati hymn, which I'll be sharing with you, and anointing her image and oneself with red, vermilion, kumkum, or sindoor powder. And this represents the sharing of the divine with both the image and the devotee. Some traditional offerings include sprouted mung beans or black sesame seeds, and I have black sesame seeds mixed into our puja samagri for this occasion. The seed represents the eruption and growth of our highest potentials. So in our puja tonight, we'll be doing the traditional cleansing and invocations. Will be her offerings. We'll be using the 4 chakra mantra while we're doing that. I'll be singing the Linga Bhairavi Arati for the kindling of our fire, and then the Linga Bhairavi Stuti for our fire offerings. And then we'll do some repetitions of her mantra, a final meditation on our puja fire, and then our closing. So Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. I invite you now to find a comfortable position where you can look at your screen with a relaxed. Just sit quietly for a moment. Take some deep, clearing, grounding, yogic breaths in preparation for this work. And as you breathe, I invite you to think about some personal issue that you're in need of that active, divine, feminine energy. Could be for healing, could be for embarking on some endeavor, some aspect of your life that needs resolution or balance, or maybe the need for her guidance. And this can be for yourself or somebody else, but take a moment. Think of that individual issue. And let that be your sankalpa, your intention for tonight's puja and meditation. And then I invite you to slowly bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. And we'll begin by chanting each of her 4 mantras. Lum, Bum, Rum, Yum. Inhale. Inhale, boom. Boom. Inhale, room. Inhale, yum. Pavitra Pavitrova Sarvam Gista Savavistam Gatopiva Yashmare Pandarikaksham Sabhyanta Sushi Om Shuklam Bharadam Vishnum Sashivanam Shatobhijam Prasnavanam Dayat Sava Vignopasantaye Jai Ganesha. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshvara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Guru Ve Namah. Jai Guru. Om Trayambakam Yajamae Sagandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukameva Bandhanan Mrityur Mukshiyamamritad. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Shama Shiva Datri Svasvada Namostute Jayatvam Devi Chamunde Jaya Bhutita Harini Jaya Sarvagate Devi Kalaratri Namostute Jai Ma Kali. You are as dark as the darkest night, a pair of glowing eyes that penetrate deep into the recesses of our hearts, a gloriously sparkling third eye that perceives a dimension beyond the physical, graciously giving arms that bestow infinite grace to all in need, a pure gold sari that reflects your grandeur. Linga Bhairavi, the most exuberant expression of the divine feminine who resides in a triangular-shaped abode at the Valangiri foothills. Refined and raw, powerful and colorful, earthly, humane, and mother-like. Linga Bhairavi, you are the absolute divine mother of ultimate proportions, fierce and compassionate all at once, representing the creative and nurturing aspects of the universe. You are powerful and all-encompassing. Whether your devotees seek to acquire, enjoy, or transcend the physical and material aspects of life, you are the ultimate giver, and all of this, and so much more. Jai Ma Linga Bhairavi. Jai Ma Linga Bhairavi. Jai Ma Linga Bhairavi. Lom Vom Yum Rom Yum Lom Vom Rom Yum Lom Vom Yum Rom Lom Vom Rom Yum Lom Vom Rom Yum Lom Vom Rom Yum Lom Vom Rom Yom Lom Vom Rom Yom Lom Vom Rom Yom Rom Vom Rom Yom Rom Vom Rom Yom Rom Vom Rom Yom Rom Vom Rom Yom Jema Linga Bhairavi. He Devyati Mahima Yuti Bhairavi Sada Rudra Padana Yuta Murti Svikarumam Dva Nishima Karuna Katakshi Sarvanayam Tarva Pavana Mahashakti Rupi Smamapanam Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Sva Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Sva Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Sva Linga Bhairavi Stuti Om Jai Bhairavi Devi Gurubhyo Namah Sri Divine Feminine Teacher Jai Bhairavi Devi Swayambho Namo Sri She who is self-manifested Jai Bhairavi Devi Svadharani Namasri, wife of Lord Agni. Jai Bhairavi Devi Mahakalinye Nama Sri, auspicious beauty. Jai Bhairavi Devi Mahabhadrani Nama Sri, good fortune. Jai Bhairavi Devi Maheshwari Namasri, great goddess. Jai Bhairavi Devi Nagashvari Namasri, snake goddess. Jai Bhairavi Devi Vishvari Namasri, goddess of the universe. Jai Bhairavi Devi Someshwari Namasri, Soma goddess. Jai Bhairavi Devi Dukkha Samani Namasri, conqueror of sufferings. Jai Bhairavi Devi Hiranaya Garbhini Namasri, center of the universe. Jai Bhairavi Devi Amrita Varshini Namasri, she who reigns the sacred Amrita. Jai Bhairavi Devi Bhaktarakshini Namasri, divine protector. Jai Bhairavi Devi Saubhaga Dayani Namasri, giver of good fortune. Jai Bhairavi Devi Sarvanyanani Namasri, universal wisdom. Jai Bhairavi Devi Garbhadayani, womb of plenty. Jai Bhairavi Devi Shunyavasini Namasri, Kundalini energy. Jai Bhairavi Devi Mahanandani Namasri, bringer of joy. Jai Bhairavi Devi Vameshvari Namasri, goddess of the left-hand path. Jai Bhairavi Devi Karmapalini Namasri, to whom karma is her garment. Jai Bhairavi Devi Yoneshvari Namasri, divine yoni. Jai Bhairavi Devi Linga Rupani Namasri, beautiful lingam. Jai Bhairavi Devi Shamaya Sundari Namasri, dusky beauty. Jai Bhairavi Devi Trinatrini Namasri, divine trinity. Jai Bhairavi Devi Sarva Mangale Namasri, auspicious Shakti. Jai Bhairavi Devi Mahayogini Namasri, great yogic power. Jai Bhairavi Devi Klesha Nashini Namasri, dispeller of poisons. Jai Bhairavi Devi Ugra Rupani Namasri, awesome beauty. Jai Bhairavi Devi Kamini Namasri, divine brilliance of love. Jai Bhairavi Devi Kala Rupani Namasri, beauty of time. Jai Bhairavi Devi Trishula Dharani Namasri, earth trident. Jai Bhairavi Devi Yakshakamani Namasri, beautiful spirit of nature. Jai Bhairavi Devi Muktidayani Namasri, giver of liberation. Om Mahadevi Linga Bhairavi Namasri, great goddess Linga Bhairavi. Om Sri Sambhavi Linga Bhairavi Namasri, beloved Linga Bhairavi. Om Mahashakti Linga Bhairavi Namasri, great Shakti Linga Bhairavi. Namasri, Namasri, Devi Namasri, venerable goddess. Om Namaste, Om Namaste, Om Namaste, Namo Namah. Jema, Linga Bhairavi. Jema, Linga Bhairavi. Jema, Linga Bhairavi. Om Lum Vum Rum Yum. Om Lum Vum Rum Yum. Om Lum Vum Rum Yum. Om Vum Vum Rum Yum. Om Lum 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 Vam Rum Yum. Om Lum Vum Rum Yum. Om Lum Vum Rum Yum. Om Lum Vum Rum Yum. Om Vum Lum Rum Yum. Om Lum Vum 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 Rum Yum. Linga Bhairavi Namah. Jema Linga Bhairavi. Jema Linga Bhairavi. Jema Linga Bhairavi. I invite you now to continue gazing at your screen and meditating on our flame. Feel those things that are no longer working in your life going into the flame for transformation. And with the fire's light and warmth, feel the blessings of the Divine Mother, those transformed energies coming back to you. Breathe deeply and listen to Sadhguru's words. Seek her in devotion. She is an ocean of compassion. Seek her in desperation. She is a steadfast companion. Seek her in true passion. You will be loved to distraction. Just seek her in your confusion. She will lead you to fruition. Jai Bhairavi Devi. Jai Bhairavi Devi. Jai Bhairavi Devi. Namah. Om Savamangala Mangalye Shiva Svada Sadake Saranye Triambake Devi Naryane Namostute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sana Vavatu Sana Bunaktu Saviryam Kadavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvidyavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Ganesha. Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Ma Devi. Jai Ma Kali. Jai Ma Linga Bhairavi. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. So bring the palms of your hands together at heart center. Take a moment and give gratitude to the Divine Mother for all she shares with you and knowing she is with you always. And then give gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice tonight, knowing you can do this puja anytime by replaying this broadcast. And namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much. Jai Mata Di. So thank you for joining me this evening. May the Divine Mother's blessings be with you in the days ahead. And I look forward to you joining me on Tuesday for our compassion meditations. Till then, have a wonderful few days. Thank you again. Jai Ma. And good night.